Hello all you crazy people out there, my name is Dragonite, welcome back to Pokemon Legends Arceus. Last time, we fell through the sky apparently and emerged about 3,000 years in the past. Don't ask. And in this part, we are going to run around this here town and see what that one professor guy has for us. I don't know, I should probably hit the right stick to turn the HUD back on. I had it turned off. I know I said at the end of the last video that I was going to leave it on, but I decided to turn it off for the end screen. We're going to see what that one guy wants. Although I don't know if I were to run around town a little bit, if there would be an awful lot for me to do. But I can't vault over the fence or anything like that. We are not quite as cool as Link. I am going to run around town to see just if people have anything to say. I am getting the feeling that there is not much for me until I fill out the professor's request. So this is Candela Avenue. This is Jubilife Village, or Jubilife Camp? I forget exactly what it was called. Let's see, there's a bridge up here, and also a farm. I'm wondering, this is clearly Sinnoh in the past. I'm wondering exactly how much overlap there is going to be between the design of the world in Sinnoh in Legends Arceus and Sinnoh in the present. Back, like the part of the game where I started off, and I can't just fall off the bridge, apparently. The part where I started off, that could conceivably be Sandgem Town. That was like off to the south of Jubilife. I want to say this in front of the guard tower would be Route 202. Anyway, let's see. I look suspicious, do I? I'd better head to the Wallflower. Alright, so for some reason, I've mostly avoided spoilers about this game. Someone told me that you can't enter houses. It seems that you can. Not 100% sure where that claim came from. I don't know if they're referring to a specific set of houses in some other town, or if I just misread what they said or something. I'm pretty new to the village myself. I try to talk to everyone I meet, so I always learn something new. Was your name Bellamy? It is. I just finished watching the Dressrosa arc of One Piece, and Bellamy is... He's a character you love to hate. Although I believe that Bellamy in One Piece's name is spelled a little bit differently than that. So you are not suspicious, but you are aware that I am not from around here, which, I mean... Not exactly an astute observation. Let's see. Oh, I can't go in here. It's possible that this is the sort of thing that that person was referring to, instead of the actual like houses with the actual doors. What is this? Is that a Ponyta? That is a... Oh, I can't see. I think that's a Pachirisu. Alright, the game really wants me to go in the direction of the canteen or whatever. I keep trying to hit B to run, but that is sort of like the opposite of running. B is crouch. Alright, sir! Well now, aren't you awfully suspicious? The Wallflower is for Galaxy Team folk only. Oh, you guys go way back, don't you? We don't have seats for the outsiders. Move along. Who in the world are you? And what's that bizarre garb you're wearing? A Pokemon could slice right through those flimsy excuses for clothes. If you were to get in here, someone must have vouched for you. Was it Professor Levinton? Do you two know each other? He's from a region a long way off. Not the most reliable sort, though, letting Pokemon run off and giving him the slip and all. 3 more of them got away just a little while ago if I hadn't been resting up after some Pokemon drubbed me with the move called Thunder Shock. Out of Corraldon for sure. But the professor, well... Unfortunately, it's just as Ray says, I'm a clumsy sort of fellow, to put it mildly. Ah! But everything will be quite alright now. Dragonite here has agreed to help us with our Pokedex. As in... She's going to join the Survey Corps? What makes you think that's a good idea? We can't just take in any misfit who wanders out of the wilderness. I'll allow it. Who? Are you, like, Cyrus's ancestor 30 generations past or something, you have the same hair. Assuming the individual can contribute to the Survey Corps, that is. I'm the captain of Galaxy Team's Survey Corps. You may call me Silene. That's a yes. Or Silin, or Silent, or one of those three, probably, maybe. Professor Lavington has told me how much you helped secure his Pokemon when they slipped his control. And now it seems he would like us to feed and house you in exchange for your ongoing labor. You look to be 15 or so. I don't know, judging by how much shorter I am than everyone else, I was thinking we were like 9 or 10, but we'll go with it. Quite old enough to work a keep, but we can't simply take on a stranger who wanders in among us without any idea of their skills or origins. Tomorrow we shall see if you can prove yourself worthy. Oh ho, a most reasonable decision, Captain. Now, would you care to join us for a meal? I'm sure you've got plenty of questions for our visitor. That's quite alright. I prefer to eat alone, so I might appreciate my meals without distracting. Alright, you are 100% this game's version of Cyrus. Aloof as always, I see. Well, no matter. The rest of us can share a meal and some pleasant conversation then, eh? Benny, old chum! The usual potato mochi, if you please, but make it for 3 today. Wonderful stuff, Benny. Much obliged. Your potato mochi never failed to please. Where'd you find the stranger in the first place, Professor? Ah, well, you know the great hole in the sky? The one that people call the space-time rift? Our friend fell right through it. It's nothing, I'm sure. Was that a joke? Come now, I'm a scientist. My job is to observe and explain any and all phenomena. I concern myself only with facts. I don't know. Some of the funniest people I know are scientists. Now, you already know there are many Pokemon here in the UEC region. Sure, they're all over the place, in the grass, in the forest, in the ocean. It's up to us in the Survey Corps to study them and figure out what kind of creatures they are. Well, we know this much. Pokemon are terrifying creatures. It's all but impossible to know what kinds of powers they might possess or what sorts of wondrous things they can do. But that's what Dragonite will come in. So I am cannon fodder, in other words, is what you're saying. She successfully caught 3 Pokemon, 3 of them in quick order, you understand. Nobody in the Galaxy team is capable of a feat such as that. This means that we can finally begin our Pokemon research in earnest. That's really something. We count ourselves lucky when we manage to catch a single wild Pokemon while fending off their attacks. Ah, well, to be perfectly fair, the Pokemon that fled to the beach weren't on the attack. But the key to catching Pokemon is getting close enough to aim your Pokeball, well, and it seems a new friend is fearless enough to do just that. Does the Survey Corps really have the leeway to be enjoying a leisurely meal with this outsider? Your captain just ordered 10 whole portions of potato mochi, you know. Slow progress on the Pokedex of yours clearly has her on edge. I'm sure we'll start to rein in the good captain's stress eating soon enough. Now, have your fill. And think, if you make it into the Galaxy team, you'll never have to worry about a meal again. The team provides for all its members' needs, even if said members fell out of the sky. That was quite delicious. Quite delicious indeed. You're awfully relaxed about all this. You do know that we won't get to have Dragonite join the Survey Corps unless she passes the trial. Not to worry, I have complete confidence in Dragonite's skills. As you can see, I fell out of the sky from Alola. I know all about trials. Didn't I just say I was not going to read too much into that? Let's hope it is not misplaced. Dragonite, was it? For tonight, at least, we'll provide you with a place to sleep. You may use our quarters there. But if you fail to pass the trial we put you to tomorrow, you must move on. You'll be expelled from the village to meet your fate, and perhaps your death in the wilds. She seems nice. I'm just gonna go with Silene. Captain Silene is like we see, in a way. They're both pretty harsh. Now, she simply puts on a stern front to help keep us all safe. At any rate, I think it's time we turned in for the night, eh? It's a good thing one can't fall out of the futons we sleep in here. I imagine our new friend has had enough falling for one day. And with that, I bid you both good night. What are those shoes, by the way? Like, just, what are those shoes? And where can I buy some? Yeah, sleep tight. Still, people falling from the sky? That's some kind of story. Okay, so in an unfamiliar land, head to the Survey Corps quarters you've been assigned. Can I, like, talk to anyone now? Okay. So people here have things to say that aren't just, who are you? You look like you're from somewhere far away. There's a lot more NPCs I see here than I do in usual Pokemon games. Do I want to do my usual routine of talking to everyone? Just in case someone has an item for me or has something that's actually interesting to tell me. I suspect there's going to be more of the latter in this game than there is in the usual Pokemon game. And as soon as I say that, you say you look like you're not from here. A new hairstyle. Okay. So this is oh, those are scissors. Alright, that makes sense. Barbershop. I guess this looks more medieval than Bronze Age. This is the clothing outfitter. You are remarking on the fact that I look like I'm not from here. Alright. I keep hitting B trying to run. Or at least run faster, and then I don't. This chest looks like you could store lots and lots of items in it. Indeed. Alright, I'm guessing I have a finite inventory in this game. What do the guards have to say? Pokemon terrify me. Alright, so this is doing a little bit of world building here. It's dangerous beyond those gates. Alright, so I'm gonna be turned around. This is definitely not the usual Pokemon game where everyone's friends and everyone loves Pokemon or whatever. This is definitely a time and place where people are still figuring this out. What an odd way to dress. I mean, yeah, 21st century, I suppose, is a little bit different from, I don't know, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say, like, 13th century. Kimonos and whatever. If there's anyone capable of catching enough Pokemon to fill all the pastures here. Are there Pokemon in this field, by the way? I wasn't really looking earlier. There's a lot of haystacks. And that literally just says village pastures. There's a lot of haystacks. I don't think I see anything in it. Alright. Ah, there I do. There I go doing it again. Just take a shot every time I do that. Or can I talk to these guards? Can I go like past this? Can I go back to where I started from? The Pokemon we see are even more savage and powerful than those of other regions. Every region says that. You won't find any Pokemon on Prelude Beach. It's about as safe as things get around here. Alright, can I go to Prelude Beach? That name is a little bit on the nose. I don't expect there's anything back here, is there? Oh, you know what? I'm curious. Let's do a test. Alright. I'm gonna line up this rock with that distance meter over there. And it's at 110 now, and I'm gonna back up and I'm gonna see where, like, it's not gonna be perfect because I can't line it up perfectly. Where the law transition happens. Alright, this one is better than the one outside, at least. Alright. This over here is... Alright, this is... this is where I caught the various Pokemon earlier. Rowlet, what's-his-face, Oshawott, and Cyndaquil. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's much... Alright. I'm gonna not spend too much time just wandering back and forth. I do have a feeling, and it's definitely, at a glance, not as big, not as elaborate, not as detailed as the world of Zelda Breath of the Wild, but this is definitely a world that I could spend quite a lot of time stopping to smell the roses in. Once my sister gets home from school, I have a feeling... Wow. Good job, me. I have a feeling she's gonna have a good time poking every nook and cranny to see what she finds. We Galaxy folks may be one big group for now, but we drifted here from all over the place. Kanto, Johto, you name it. They call us the Ragtag Expedition Team. Alright, so Team Galactic. Or Galactic Team, if you really want me to to switch the words around. You don't seem to be the antagonists as you are in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. At least you're not as on the nose about it. Silene definitely seems to have a little bit more going on than meets the eye. Let's see. But everyone else seems friendly enough, certainly. You with the sights. So this village of ours also attracts strange garbed folks like yourself. Okay, so it seems that about 50% of the people that I've talked to have remarked on my clothes, and about 50% of the people I've talked to have actually, like, talked. I came here from across the sea in search of fields to call my very own. For this venture of mine to succeed, I need to make sure that we can work these fields safely. Alright. Kolza is your name. I automatically see, like, lightly shaded things, such as this phase, and I automatically think, like, can I interact with that? But it seems not. Was there anything down here? I believe you all said that I look suspicious. I heard that in some far-off region, people challenge each other to battles using the Pokemon they've caught. To catch one of those Pokemon creatures, you need to throw a ball at it. Alright. That's just tutorial stuff. I did it again. Purposefully avoiding the Team Galactic headquarters up there, and that is indeed a Galarian Weezing up there on the roof. Amazing. You're doing a little bit of a meta level narrative, telling me to talk to everyone. Human weapons are no match against the fangs and claws of Pokemon. Alright. I guess that's one way to do it, too. Instead of just outright having an NPC that tells the human player that, oh, you should talk to everyone, you never know what you'll find. You could have an NPC who's also from out of town. Some kind of workbench. Okay, so there is going to be crafting in this game. That's fun. Are you looking for someone? Not really. There is a very nice collection of knives in there. Let's see. Okay, I better head to the quarters I've been assigned to, which are in the other direction. First, I would like to know, can I go up here? I can. What are these? Oh, is this meat? Is this food? No, that's not food. It's a bag of something. The Galaxy team is made up of several corps. Let's see, there's the Security, Construction, and Agriculture Corps, and a few other besides. Alright. Can I, oh, I can move the camera in. Like, I can kind of go into first person. Alright, first person Pokemon. Who'd have thought? I kind of want to play like this now. I mean, realistically, it's not really going to work because I have to keep my finger on the left trigger, but first person Pokemon. For what it's worth, I do feel like it's likely to be easier to get a good look at the world this way in first person, just because the camera this way is closer to everything. Also, there is a tennis court / Pokemon battlefield over here, but that might get a little bit weird when it comes to like getting up in NPCs' faces and whatnot. So I probably will not actually do this. Okay, so when I talk to people, the camera automatically zooms back out. I'm here to give thanks to the guardians of the shrine who watches over life in Jubilife. Life in Jubilife? Who watches over all in Jubilife. And, alright, that is definitely, like, the Arceus ring. What are those? Alright, that's a flower? And it looks like eggs or rice balls or something like that. Not entirely sure. It could be a few things. Alright, behind the building, there's, like, construction scaffolding. What on earth is that on, like, my chin? It looks like I have a sunburn on the bottom of my neck. I think that is an artifact of the cell shading. Where, like, the light that I'm standing in right now is tinting me slightly red. But it's like, a little bit too red. As always, expect me to spend inordinate amounts of time looking at like the technical art in this game. There is no jump button either, is there? At least not right now. I don't know if I'll be allowed to jump later. Let's see. So I think that's it. I think I have talked to everyone. I think I have poked my nose in everyone's business. Let's go and... Yeah, I'm not going to the Galactic building. I'm going to this one. Alright. So no one's here. I guess I can take a nap. Once again, we have a chest, which I have been informed that I can store things in, but I'm not, like, getting the chance to do that. What is this? Those are scrolls and books. Checking survey tips. Survey tips contain all sorts of useful information to help you carry out your survey work in the WC region. To read them at any time, hit up and go to the help screen. Okay, so that's, like, recycling the tutorials. Handy tips from team members. Yes. Saving your progress. I am not auto-saving, but I will do that every time I turn the game off. Probably. I hope. Be annoyed if I don't. It's used to store drinking water. It has a lid on top to keep debris from falling in. Alright. Very, very sparse in here, but I'm glad to see there are some decorations. It's a dresser of very solid construction where extra sets of clothes can be kept. That is generally the point of clothes, of dressers, yes. That is an oil lamp covered by a paper lantern. I can change outfit. I notice I'm not wearing shoes. Alright. Don't be awful to people. Not 100% sure on that second one. Likes and dislikes are a luxury ill-afforded. Maybe that's why YouTube removed the dislike button. Those who are weaker must be helped. Difficulties must be faced head-on. I'm sorry, that was really the low-hanging fruit for number 3, wasn't it? Anyway. Do my shoes just automatically... Okay. I'm not allowed to go back out, but... When I go up onto the... I automatically take my shoes off when I go up onto this wooden floor. That's fun. Do they appear, like, on the ground anywhere? No. Alright, we don't have that attention to detail. Is this a cooking pot? Keeping the entire room heated, yes. Yeah, those aren't my sandals up there. Those are someone else's shoes. Alright. I spent almost 20 minutes running around and not doing this thing that I could have done 20 minutes ago. Let's see where the plot takes us. The controller vibration is going very strong right now. Okay, that is not a thing that normally happens. I assume. Then again, I've only been here for a day. Maybe it is. Hey, you awake? That was some wild lightning last night, right? Anyway, if you're up, come on out. Alright, go to the Galaxy Team headquarters, and we are going to hear about our trial. Let's see. I guess I'll go straight there now. I'm pretty sure I've already talked to everyone in town and seen everything there is to see in town. Did you sleep all right? I know it's not easy in a strange new land. Better not keep Captain Silene waiting. Let's hurry to the headquarters. Alright. Were you here earlier? We are no food for freeloaders. Survival out here is a daily battle, you know. You are not any fun at all. I do feel like there are more NPCs out. You can throw spoiled apricorns at wild Pokemon to make them drop their defenses. Then they'll be easier to catch. I was wondering that, actually. Part of the Gen 2 lore is that you can make Pokeballs out of apricorns. I was wondering if they were going to be making an appearance. It sounds like they're more like bait from the Safari Zone in this game. Based on what she just told me, rather than material to make Pokeballs out of, but glad to see apricorns are back. Those are featured in Sword and Shield too, weren't they? Sometimes the berry trees that you could shake would drop them. I don't remember what they did there, though. Alright, this is a very fancy building. Here we are, Galaxy Hall. What do you think? Ever seen a building this grand before? Don't give up. Keep those eyes open. Wild Pokemon, they were everywhere, attacking from all sides. I sent out my partner Pokemon, but against the whole pack, outnumbered. This is what happens when you go so far afield, but the medical corps will put you to your rights. You do realize that if you fail your trial and get flung out of the village, you could well die out there. Well, you might die even sooner than that if you have to take on this trial without a Pokemon to be your partner. So, unless I am much mistaken, the starters in this game were teased at the very beginning. Captain Silene, ma'am, I brought Dragonite. You may enter. That is an awful lot of paper. You could make a lot of lanterns out of that. Let's get straight to it. If you wish to join the Galaxy Expedition Team, prove yourself capable by going out into the Obsidian Fieldlands and catching 3 different species of Pokemon, Bidoof, Starly, and Shinx. 3 species, right away. Oh, that's a question. Like, interrobang remark. Explanation. But none of us have ever managed that. Did the stranger not catch 3 different Pokemon only yesterday? My trial should be simple enough for her. The professor wasn't exaggerating, that is. The Galaxy team does not have the means to provide for those who only take without giving. If you wish to stay, you must prove beyond any doubt that you'll be an asset to our cause. I will lend you one of our Survey Corps satchels to carry whatever you may need in the field. That, whatever it is you're wearing, doesn't suit our satchels in the least. Ray. I'll expect you to step in if anything goes awry. Alright, Galaxy Team's trial. Press the Y button while consulting the map on your art phone and you can check tasks you have waiting. There are 2 types, missions and requests. Missions must be completed. Those are the story quests, while requests are optional and given by the people you meet. So the side quests. Pardon, Dragonite. Come with me for a moment. Now then, jolly good morning to everyone. What did you need, Professor? In order to complete our Pokedex and, well, simply survive in this unforgiving land, Dragonite absolutely must pass this trial. And as a professor of Pokemon, I've gotten just the ticket to help accomplish that. All the voice acting that Pokemon is ever going to need. Go on, Dragonite, pick the Pokemon that strikes your fancy. With a partner of your own, you'll be able to fight off wild Pokemon outside the village. Alright, these darlings are very dear to me, but it's plain to see that they're rather curious about you. Well, my girl, which Pokemon would you like to keep as your very own? I am going... That's a good question. I've used Rowlet before. I love myself some owls, but I've used Rowlet before. And I feel like I should give someone else a chance. Oshawott, I don't think I've ever used Cyndaquil. I've used before, just not on YouTube. Excuse me a minute. Alright, where was I? 1, can I go just run away? I cannot run away. I didn't think the game would let me just run away, but it was worth a try. And... if this is anything like Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, Sinnoh is very, very much lacking for fire types. So, let's make Anthony happy and pick ourselves a Cyndaquil. And with that, one of the Pokemon you caught at Prelude Beach will now be yours to keep. Good show. I've tucked Cyndaquil back inside its Pokeball for you, so take it. It's yours. It seems to be made out of wood. And, like, just metal. I've received a Cyndaquil. Instead of... I imagine... Like, I've always assumed that Pokeballs in other Pokemon games are made of plastic or something, but that one seems to be made out of wood. Of course, not counting the Apricorn ones in Gen 2/4. A word of advice, my girl. Pay close attention to which Pokeballs are empty and which ones contain a Pokemon when you're out in the field. Look at those two cheer for their pal Cyndaquil. Or maybe they just wanted to help Dragonite out with a trial. That could well be. They did go dashing from the village when Dragonite fell out of the sky, after all. Well, not to worry, you two. I'll have you assist me with my research for now. Alright. By the way, what species has Captain Silene charged you with catching? Starly, Bidoof, and Shinx, I believe it was. That's smashing. All three of those species can be found out in the Obsidian Fields. Let me give you some Pokeballs to use during your trial, then. And that's another 20 Pokeballs. Alright, these Pokeballs may be handcrafted, but they work a treat, as you've already seen. You'll have this trial cleared in no time. Let's be off. I'll show you the way out to the Obsidian Fieldlands. Meet me at the gate to your left as you leave the headquarters. Okay. That I can do. Is there anything else I can do in here? There is not. Alright. You're not going up there until we know a little more about you, mystery kid. Alright, you're no fun. So I'm going to end this video here. Next time, it's off to the Obsidian Fieldlands. We're going to catch ourselves a Shinx, a Bidoof, and a Starly. I think that's what they were. Until then, I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all later.